What's up, YouTube? Now, you see the title of this video, and you see the image that I have on the screen here. Now, if you have not seen it yet, right? If you have not seen it yet, I'm gonna link the live stream that Corey Holcomb recently had about Anton Daniels in the description, where he basically just went all the way in on Anton Daniels, man. And it was pretty damn ruthless, bro. It was pretty damn ruthless, right? Now, I will hope you watching this video, you've probably already seen it. If not, like I said, it's gonna be in the description, man, because you gotta see the whole thing, bro. It was some ruthless shit, bro. And I'm gonna just go over, I feel like some specific parts of it that was really most egregious. And then I'm gonna answer the question. Did he go too far? Did he go too far? Now, we've all already seen why this beef has started, right? We all saw the shit. I already made the video on it, right? Anton Daniels and them had beef up in the studio and shit. Corey Holcomb called him out on not talking about white men, and basically Anton Daniels crashed out. I want to remind y'all, that is the reason that shit happened. It wasn't because of anything else. It was because Corey Holcomb told Anton Daniels, call out white men on their degeneracy. You always calling out everybody else, but you real silent on Brad. He said call them out. And Anton Daniels, instead of calling out white men, he decided to crash out. Because he rather fight another black man than call out the white man. That's how broken that nigga is, man. That's how shook he is, man. So if you haven't seen that debacle, man, go see my video I recently did on it a while back. But this beef has been all over the place. I'm sure you've seen it. And it has now led to Corey Holcomb going scorched earth on this nigga. And he decided to, do his show as he always does. And he basically just was going in, bro. He was just roasting that nigga entire existence. And the specific part I want to focus on is him going in on Anton Daniels' family, bruh. Now, people are having their opinions, and they're like, dang, bruh, I think you might have went a little bit too far. I think you might have, going at Anton Daniels is cool and all, but going in on the fam and going in especially on the daughter might be a little bit too far. Now, we can kind of say, okay, the wife, she's an adult, so we can give that a pass. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with y'all on that. Agree with people on that one. But when it comes to the kid, bruh, that's where I can understand stopping the vehicle, slamming the brakes, like, okay, whoa, we going a little bit too hard now. You know what I'm saying? The kid, bringing the kids in here is unnecessary, right? There's no need to do that. And I can understand that. But see, here's where I'm going to play devil's advocate. And I already know I'm going to have a lot of, there's going to be people who might disagree. You're going to have Anton Daniels stands disagreeing and all of that. But look, I'm playing devil's advocate. And to be honest, it ain't even really me fully playing devil, because what I'm about to say is really what I truly think it is. I believe this fully, right? What I'm about to say, because you could say, oh, don't bring up the kids, and that's a step too far. And once again, we can agree on that. The kids should not be relegated to going to school after getting roasted and shit by Corey Holcomb, and the shit's all on the internet and people talking about her and clowning her, right? Corey Holcomb showed her picture up on there and everything and was roasting her, calling her ugly. That we could say that's a step too far. I can go with y'all on that, bruh. The kids should not have to really go through all of that. She shouldn't be in the crossfire of this beef. But see, here's the problem. And this is where you're going to have people disagree. They be like, oh, it's still a kid. Look, man. Two things can be true at once, right? Anton Daniels getting his child attacked can be wrong. But at the same time, we can also acknowledge that Anton Daniels has put himself in this condition, right? And I know what you might be thinking. Oh, you think that the beef in the studio put him in this condition? Nope, that ain't what I'm talking about. That's not even what I'm talking about. Nope. I am talking about Anton Daniels' entire body of work. He has put himself in this condition because Anton Daniels has engaged in so much hypocrisy to where it's hard for you to even go with him fully on, oh, you attacking my kid. Anton Daniels has done egregious things and sided with egregious things and ignored egregious things so much to where we can acknowledge that going at the kid by Corey Holcomb is off, but at the same time, we can acknowledge that Anton Daniels put his kid in the situation. And here's how. Anton Daniels has sat up on this internet for the longest now, repeating anti-black agitprop, engaging in disingenuous conversations when it comes to the conditions of the black community, excusing the degeneracy and evil of racist whites, excusing the even at times the deletion of blacks when it comes to certain things like George Floyd and saying, well, fentanyl, all of that shit. Right. And I'm going to stay surface level with the George Floyd shit because that's a lot deeper. But we're going to go with what the normies think of how it went down, the knee on the neck and he got deleted, whatever. The response of, oh, it was fentanyl, it within this scenario of that occurring is complete ludicrous. The according to the reports, the autopsy showed that wasn't the case. But yet and still, you have goofy niggas running around saying that it was because of fentanyl, trying to excuse the deletion of George Floyd and defend the sanctity of whites, of racist whites. Because that's what that is with Anton Daniels and all these other goofies. When they try to defend the deletion of black people at the hands of race soldiers, when they excuse the behavior of racist whites, when they tap dance and do all that raccooning and shit, they are trying to defend white people to the max, regardless of how egregious the acts may be, regardless of how blatantly evil the acts may be. And Anton Daniels has sat up on this internet for the longest engaging in this behavior, right? Even on the Corey Holcomb show, what was Anton Daniels doing? Anton Daniels said, he had said something along the lines of, oh, everybody is racist. You want to talk about white people being racist? Everybody is racist. Now that is both true and false. And now it's true because of the way that this world has been set up by Esau and the conquest that he has waged on this earth and the destruction to the psyche that he has inflicted on all non-white groups. Pretty much all non-white groups are racist against. The irony is they're racist against themselves and, of course, black people, because we are at the bottom of this racial totem pole that has been set up, this global race caste system. So all non-white groups are racist. Asians are racist against themselves and black people. Hispanics are racist against themselves and black people. Africans are racist against themselves and black people. Arabs are racist against themselves and black people. We can go on, right? Everyone's fucked up. And this is a byproduct of the destruction that Esau, the so-called white man, has waged on this planet. So yes, all people are racist. But the irony is they're racist against themselves. And they're racist against, black people who are at the bottom of this social caste system, this global caste system. So yes, all people are racist, but within context, you see what we're talking about. What Anton Daniels wants to do, though, is he wants to say all people are racist in the context of everyone's just innately racist and innately have hate in it. No, dumb nigga. Because what he wants to do with that is he wants to defend the evil of white people. in their racism that they engage in when it comes to black people. They're unjustified, just wicked hatred of black people, racist whites. They're wicked. He wants to act like that's just an innate thing and it's just nature in order to do what? To defend the behavior of racist whites. So instead of calling them out on their wickedness, he would rather say, well, we're all racist. Black people are racist. Yeah. No, dumb nigga. Any black person that has a hatred of white people, although it is incorrect, and I don't think you should be running around with hatred of any group like that, it is more justified for a black person to have hatred against white people than the other way around. Because if you look at the history that's transpired in this country and all that, you can say, well, I may not agree with it, but it's more understandable. And it is. Just really objectively, I can say it's more understandable. Even though I don't think you should be moving like that, it is way more understandable, right? It is way more understandable. And to try to make it seem like it's just any black person that's moving like that is just, oh, it's just everyone's racist or any, instead of calling out white people's evil, you just want to say, oh, everyone's racist. Nah, bro. But that's what Anton Daniels does. Anton Daniels will excuse the behavior of wicked whites, and he will engage in that, and he will engage in disingenuous discourse. When that all white town shit that's being done, like in Arkansas, Anton Daniels really didn't have no smoke, right? He didn't really have no smoke like that for them, and that's a group of individuals, a group of neo-Nazis that want the deletion of his black ass. They may get up there and LARP and shit, and when the people go out there and interview him, they're like, "Oh, we just want a place for whites. We just want all people that have their own stuff." And if you've studied these white nationalists, these savages like I have, been in their forums and shit, I done been in I've said this plenty of times, infiltrated their forums, cosplaying as a white man digitally, in order to study these savages and understand their psychology. These motherfuckers, they are all about gaslighting. This is a big part of how they move. It's all about making shit seem, trying to just cloud everything under this false sense of, oh, we just want what's best for whites. We're just pro-white and we don't hate anyone. They love to do that dumb shit. But when they know ain't no one else around and the mask can be taken off, that's what they'll do. And in their little secret forums, you know what I'm saying? The mask is off. When no one else is around, the mask is off. Those people want your destruction as a black person, and really other groups too, but mainly we focus on niggas, right? They want the destruction. They want your end. They despise your existence. Even down to black infants, they want their destruction. Y'all just don't understand the shit I've read in these forums, bro. They want your deletion. Infants, they don't give a. They are wicked to the core. And Anton Daniels had no smoke for those devils, those demons in human form. He didn't have no smoke for them, and they despise his very existence. But he want all the smoke for Corey Holcomb, though. He got all the smoke for all you black people that call that shit out. He tap dances and does all of that on stage for whites, but he don't got no smoke, right? He don't got no smoke for the blatant evil, man. He ignores it. He ignores it. That's what he does, and does all this tap dancing, but then want to have smoke for Corey Holcomb and want to fight him in the stage because he called him out on being scared of white men. Nigga, I'm sorry. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, Corey Holcomb went too far. Did he go too far? Yeah, yes and no. Because at the end of the day, this is Anton Daniels' fault. This is what happens when you tap dance. You open your kids up. You open everybody up to scrutiny. Because of your tap dancing and because what's worse? Standing by white supremacists that want your end and that hate your existence and not going in on them and calling them out for their wickedness and excusing their evil and how they want you dead, or someone roasting your kid, making jokes about your kid, calling your kid ugly? What's worse, someone being deleted or someone roasting your kid and making fun of her and saying she ugly? Which one is worse? Exactly. So I don't want to hear nothing about that, bro, because he opened the door for this. Anton Daniels with his tap dancing. This is what happens when you tap dance. You open the door for this stuff. He opened his kid up for this, bro. He opened his family up for this. This is his doing. This is his doing with all of his tap dancing. This is what happens. Because even when it comes to tap dancing, what makes you think if a lot of people knew about Anton Daniels more, let's say his daughter's school, and they see they see him tap dancing and doing all that cooning and shit, what makes you think that she couldn't get bullied for that? Like, hey man, look at this. Your father is a tap dancing raccoon. Your father is a bitch. He's a clown. And you the daughter of a bitch ass nigga. What makes you think that couldn't also occur in the form of bullying? And whose fault would that be? Now niggas can say, oh, you niggas in the black community. No, nigga, no. We done with that dumb shit. It's just a difference of opinion. No, nigga, it's not. You a tap dancing raccoon, my nigga. That's really what it is, bro. We not about to keep doing this whole difference of opinion, free thinker, dumb shit that y'all like to do. Because you niggas like to masquerade as conservatives when really y'all just raccoons, bro. Like real shit. Y'all just some raccoon ass niggas. And we not playing them games no more in 2026, bro. Y'all niggas is tap dancing raccoons, bro. And all of this tap dancing, excusing of wickedness and evil of white people, bro, that's way worse than someone roasting your kid and calling her ugly, nigga. I'm gonna keep it a bean. So at the end of the day, you can say what you want, but nigga, I don't care, bro, because Anton Daniels opened the door for this shit. He opened the door for his kid being in this scenario. He opened the door for having smoke for Corey Holcomb and trying to talk about going outside and disrespecting that man, all because he's scared to call out white men. So his fear of white men has led to his kid getting roasted. That's his fault. If he wasn't a bitch, we wouldn't be here. If he wasn't so shook because he's just petrified of white men, we wouldn't be here, bro. His cowardice has led to now his kid getting roasted. I am blaming that nigga. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody, bro. I don't care what a nigga say. He has put himself in this scenario. He has put his kid in this line of fire, and that's all on him, bro. So instead of him doing some introspection and figuring out how to get rid of that bitch within him and his fear that he has within him, you know, he's gonna say, oh, the black community, the culture. Nigga, no, it's your cowardice, nigga, that has led you to this position and has led your daughter to now being in the crossfire. Your cowardice as a father, you are a failed father. Your cowardice has led to this, bruh. Your cowardice as a man has led to your daughter getting roasted like this, nigga. This wouldn't have happened, nigga, if you wasn't a bitch. See, this is exactly why it is important to not be a bitch ass nigga, because shit like this will happen. See, because it'd be one thing if Corey Holcomb was going in on his daughter unjustifiably and niggas could say, oh, there wasn't anything leading up to this, but there is. But there is. You can say it was extra and the kid shouldn't be in there. And yeah, the kid shouldn't be in that scenario. But once again, I blame Anton Daniels for this at the end of the day. Because his tap dancing, he has defended things and has said things that is far worse than his kid getting roasted. So at the end of the day, this pales in comparison to the things that this nigga has said, the things that this nigga has defended. He has put his kid in this situation, bro. He has put his kid is in the situation to where you can justify the roasting of his kid. You can justify, because his tap dancing, no one's gonna side with this nigga, bro, on that. You may have some dumb niggas that are gonna come up, oh, y'all nigga, but when we really look at it, bro, the tap dancing this nigga has been engaging in, people are gonna look at it and they're gonna say, well, I mean, hey man, you know, we really can't rock with you on this one, bro, because you have been tap dancing, you have been defending the deletion of black people that clearly unjustly, and you have done everything in your power to defend the degeneracy of racist whites. So what are we gonna do? Come to your defense because your kid getting roasted? No, nigga. We're gonna do what you do with black people. And what is that? We're gonna ignore the degeneracy that Corey Holcomb engaged in going at your kid because it was fucked up. But we're gonna do what you do, Anton Daniels. We're gonna ignore that shit, right? We're gonna ignore it, and we're gonna make excuses for it, like you do with white people, how you defend their degeneracy and hatred of blacks, and defend every action they do and all the injustices they've engaged in and all of the destruction they've waged against the black community that has yet to be fixed, which has led to the conditions of the black community today. And instead of you calling that out and acknowledging that we have been set back because of these things and it has not been fixed, you want to blame the culture. You want to blame niggas because they're quote unquote shiftless and lazy and all this other dumb shit, ahistorical shit. Because of that, nigga, we're going to do what you do. We're going to defend Corey Holcomb like you defend white people. We're going to defend Corey Holcomb how you defend white men, bitch ass nigga. And we don't give a fuck what you got to say about it, hoe ass nigga. And if you got a problem with what Corey Holcomb did, go to his studio and see him, nigga. But you shook. You shook. You shook a white man, and you shook of real niggas like Corey Holcomb, bruh. You a bitch. That's all I got to say for this video, man. I'm out.